dear students. Today I am going to introduce a very easy chapter of your English grammar, that is of about question take. So I need your full cooperation, that is your active participation all throughout the session. Please be with me and let us proceed now. In English language, we often find a statement followed by a short question, and this short question is nothing but just an addition to the statement, and this is called a question take. Such a short question is asked either for agreement or for confirmation from the part of the speaker. For example, the man works hard, doesn't he? You cannot do the work, can you? Now let us go on with the certain rules for the formation of question takes. Rule number 1. When the statement is affirmative, the take becomes negative, and when the statement is negative, the take becomes affirmative. For example, she came yesterday, didn't she? The girl sings well, doesn't she? Rule number 2. Statements containing such as neither, no, none, nothing, hardly, seldom, etc. are treated as negative statements, and those are all followed by an affirmative take. For example, nothing was done for the poor, was it? He seldom comes to my home, does he? Rule number 3. When the subject of the sentence is everybody, nobody, someone, somebody, none, neither, anyone, anybody, etc., then the pronoun they is used as the subject of the take. For example, none of them came to help me. Did they? Someone did the work, didn't they? Then rule number 4. The contracted not, that is N apostrophe T, is always used in the negative take questions. For example, she reads a novel, doesn't she? I am a student, aren't I? Here point to be noted that am is replaced by R in take question, as in the case of above example we can see. Rule number 5. The point to be noted very importantly that the certain 24 special finites change when the contracted not N apostrophe T is added to them, as in the following manner. Cannot will become can't. I can do the work, can't I? Will not will become won't. She will come, won't she? Used not will become didn't. I used to do that, didn't I? Am not will become aren't. I am reading now, aren't I? Then rule number 6. If the verb in the statement is a main verb or a principal verb, then you must take the help either of do, does, or did verb as per the number and person of the subject and according to the tense of the main verb in the sentence. Very, very important. For example, she plays table tennis, doesn't she? They play cricket, don't they? The soldiers fought bravely, didn't they? Then rule number 7. In the case of an imperative sentence, the usual take question is an affirmative, will you? For example, shut the door, will you? Let me go now, will you? Sit down, will you? Then rule number 8. But if the imperative sentence is started with letters, then the take question will be an affirmative, shall we? For example, let us go for a walk, shall we? Let's go now, shall we? Then rule number 9. With the semi-negative words like little, few, hardly, rarely, scarcely, seldom, etc., we always use the positive take. For example, few people go there, do they? She hardly comes to me, does she? Then rule number 10. In case of the adverb only, either negative or affirmative take can be used. There are There were only 10 people. Were they? There were only 10 people. Weren't they? Both are correct in this regard. Now let us talk about some of the adverbs like never, rarely, seldom, hardly, barely, scarcely, which have a negative sense in the sentences. Even though they may be in a positive statement, the feeling of the statement is negative. We treat the statements with these words like negative statements, so the question take is normally positive in this regard. Look at these examples now. He never came again, did he? She can rarely come these days, can she? You hardly ever came late, did you? I barely know you, do I? This slide is about your task. You have to do the task on the basis of the slides that we have already gone through. Thank you all of you.